Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. We do have a short drive that we're going to be doing today, and we've got the Mac 700, or Mac F700 from KI Shadow Walker, and American Trucks and Trailers Reviews SmithCo side dump. Really not featuring too much about the trailer truck, the drive, the cargo, anything like that. I'm really just kind of using it as, forgive the pun, a vehicle to talk about a couple things. I'll tell you a little bit about the updates about the fires in Southern California, because that is where I am. I'm trying to get this done as fast as I can, both keeping internet and keeping power. So I'll tell you a little bit about that, but I also want to address a little bit about my last video, and I screwed up when I was showing you and demonstrating one of SlavJerry's versions of the C15 6NZ. I know what I did wrong, and I'm going to share it with you guys. The other thing that I want to talk to you about on the drive is about a January giveaway, and I'll tell you about the details, but we've got a load of 396 pounds of rock. And we're here in Gallup at the railway station going to the ADM in Camp Verde, about a 4.5-hour drive. So let's go ahead and get that underway, and yeah. Okay, bright and early, 7 o'clock in the morning, don't have a whole lot of light in the cab. Let's go ahead and get her started. Got the parking lights on. Lights, there we go. Yeah, okay, we got track IR working okay. It's pretty good. So we have a Detroit 6V71. This comes with the truck. That's the version I'm using. 450 horsepower, and we have a maxi torque 12-speed by Fury 6. He does the transmission and shift pattern for this. Let's go ahead and get going out of here, and then I'll start to tell you about the rest. Get those windows up so I can hear myself think. And I'll leave that display up there so you can see what gear I'm in. Just using the single stick today. I've got an entire profile surrounding single stick Macs. I do use the Mac R. I do use the Superliner in a twin stick profile where I feature the Macs, but these are all my single stick ones. This is also where I'd be running my like Pinnacle and stuff like that, things that wouldn't have two sticks. Alright, and we are on our way. So first thing I want to address is that last video. Oh my god, I feel so bad. And I even had SlavJerry contact me. So if you didn't see my last video, I went over the two variations of his new, of SlavJerry's new C15 6NZ, and the second version is the one that I did first. And the problem that I ran into is there was a conflict, and I shouldn't have ever had both in the same profile at the same time. What happened was I had activated and used the first version kind of in a trial practice before I did the video, and then I went in and I had both mods installed, but I only had one active at a time. I switched over, and it seemed to work for the second variation, which was actually the first version that you saw in the video. And when I went back, I deactivated the second version and put on the first version so I could show you, and it sounded horrible. And I've encountered something similar when there's conflicts like that. And normally what happens is you don't get any noise, and that's what SlavJerry was able to confirm too. This was a little bit different in that it put out sound, but it was so confused that it didn't know what to do, so it put out like some garbage sound. So go back to that video if you want. You can just see a couple seconds, because I have the timestamps down for when I show that engine. Again, that was the first variation, and it sounded awful. And he said, okay, look, you're not supposed to have both of those in there. I was like, yeah, but I only had one active at a time. You gonna let me go or what? Jeez. And then someone else pointed out, I think his name was Carlton, that sometimes when you're using two engine sounds, especially ones that are very similar, and essentially they're both the same, both variations with the exception of the Jake, it conflicted. So I tested it, I went back, and I had both versions in, and if I have only one of them active at a time, swap between them, but I restart the game, that does help, and you get the true sound. The other thing that really helps is, why don't you just not have both installed? And like, so what I mean by that is, not only is only one of them active, like you only have one in your mod folder, and that seems to be working the best in all cases. So if you go ahead and try it, you should see success. Again, if you're swapping between the variations, restart after. Of course, the big thing too is, if you just drove, let's say, variation 1, then obviously you're going to want to put another engine in the truck, because if you deactivate it or remove it from your mod list, the truck's going to error out. And then you can't ever reconcile it until you put that engine back in. Just swap the engine real fast, pull out the version 1 that you just drove, make the version 2 active, and you should be good to go. I was also running into an issue where for one of the versions, everything, when I was assigning it to the truck, worked just fine, but I had to go into the actual engine properties for one of the versions, and the reason for that is because the engines are so close together, pretty much identical with the exception of the sound of the Jake brake. So I went back in, uninstalled everything, and did both versions by themselves, and both assigned properly within the engine's documents, so you don't have to replace that top line or that third line of the engine file when you open it up with the truck def name. So that's good to go. So it was my fault completely. I apologize to SlavJerry, and I apologize to you guys. I should have known better. And I even went back and I double checked it. I had it on the video, and sure enough, the right engine was picked. But I needed a restart, or I needed to take one completely out of the mod profile. So that's kind of my lesson learned, and I'll pass that on to you so you guys don't make the same mistake. So now that that's all squared away, I have my one version that I prefer. From the last video, you might know, I'm not going to say. I'm partial to one. Maybe other people are partial to another one. And yeah, I have that one installed. I'm not going to touch the other one for right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And speaking of pretty much it, we are out of gears. So I do have a 387 differential in this. I was kind of thinking that I was going to need it. This is 60,000 pounds. There were even heavier loads, but I definitely built it for torque. I don't need the speed necessarily. I am 15 miles an hour slower than the speed limit, but I'll deal with that. I just don't want to get stuck anywhere. And I haven't been on this road in a while, going from Gallup to Camp Verde. It's been a long while since I've been driving through New Mexico, and I couldn't remember if there were any hills or whatever, so I just played it safe. Just don't want to get stuck. So yeah, back in the F700, been a little while, but I love this this SmithCo side dump from ATS Trucks and Trailers Reviews. Oh, we got to pull in. All right, let's go get weighed. What do you think we are? 60,000 on the load. What do you think? About 15 on the trailer, 20 on the trailer? So at least 75, maybe another 30 on the truck. I'm guessing we're about 100. Not too late to get in your bid. I think we're going to be, I'm just going to call it 100. See what it says. Oh, cab over. You think you're closer than you are. 90,000. Way overestimated that. Oh, who called it? Who called it? Surely I didn't. So I'm basically just running 5 positions, starting from the lower left-hand angle, and I'm just splitting them all with the splitter, and that's basically how you configure either a 10 or a 12-speed maxi torque for an Eaton Fuller shifter. That's the way Fury 6 did it anyway. So we're just hitting the splits a lot. Kind of like you would be splitting like an 18 speed, only you don't have a second range. So you only end up with really 10 gears. Now this one is a 12 speed, which means it also has 2 lowers. And the way that they configured that for the Eden Fuller shifter was to put the reverse gears and the low gears in the upper range. So creative use to be able to still drive a pretty realistic shift pattern on your highway gears, and then you just put the lows and the reverses all up in the second range. Anyway, the other thing that I kind of wanted to talk to you about was a January giveaway. Now, I've kind of been going back and forth on this, and I think the way I want to do it a little bit different. Rather than, it's going to be a trailer, and rather than have me be the one to pick that trailer, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a list of 3 or 4 trailers. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to drop it down in the description toward the top. And in order to enter the giveaway, what I want you guys to do is pick which of those 3 trailers you would like to win, if you were to win, and put the name of that trailer down in the comments, right? So last time I picked for you, and you just put the name, I believe it was for Dom's T600. This time I'm going to give you a few options. You pick the one you want, write that name down in the comments, and you will be entered, and should you win, I'll go back to your comment to see exactly which one you won. That way I can, I'm not going to just open it up and say, hey, give me your choice of whatever, but I do want to give you a couple choices. That way you're not stuck in a situation where you say, oh man, I already own that one, or I don't want that one. So I'll give you a few choices, and I'll try to make them a little bit different. I'm not going to pick like 3 reefers or something like that. So I think that's what we'll do for the giveaway. Go ahead and put that down in the description, or put that in the comments. Check the description for the 3 that I've picked for you. And on Sunday, we'll go ahead and do the giveaway. I'll run the live, we'll spin the wheel again, and we'll see who won. So yeah, I do want to kind of keep this short. If the video does cut out from now, and it looks like we're still rolling, if it does cut out, at least we'll have the little bits of information that I wanted to get in here about the correction to the SlavJerry video, as well as the giveaway. So we're pretty much just golden from here on out. Get out and take a look at the road. This is, I think there are multiple rock variations within this trailer, and this is rock 1. Doesn't look like 100% authentic, but it is different than some of the other loads. That's cool. And you can definitely feel the 60,000 pounds on it. I just love the design of this SmithCo side dump. It's really good. There is a free ATS version out there, and I had some problems with it. I had some glitches, and I couldn't get it to show up and get cargo pretty much anywhere. I imagine it was probably just from an old mod and something that either someone tried to repurpose or could have even been stolen from someone. I don't know. But whenever it comes to the SmithCo side dump, I always recommend highly the ATS Trucks and Trailers Reviews version. And they also have a double on here, so you can get this thing really, really weighted down, and you feel it for sure. It does carry a lot of momentum. Now, I believe I was driving that with a double when I was debuting the beta version of Dom's Kenworth T600. I was driving down in Mexico, I believe, and I flipped it twice because that thing has a ton of momentum. Once you hit that curve and you hit it too fast, and it's like that all the time in Reforma. It's like that all the time. I'm going to get the cruise on. The weight of those trailers, they're pretty accurate, and they just take over. The trailers flip first, then it takes the truck. It's really crazy. Yeah, so where are we driving through right now? Well, we're coming up on Flagstaff. So we've got about another 2 hours. We'll hit some stuff from the outside, and then I'll catch up with you a little closer to the delivery. Alright, so yeah, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm here in Southern California. We have about 5 or 6 fires, and they're pretty much all just surrounding me. I'm not in any imminent danger right now, but I did have power on and off yesterday, pretty much the whole day today. Today being Wednesday, the day before I put this out, didn't have any internet. Tuesday was running, looking like something like 60, 70 mile an hour winds, sustained. Some gusts even higher, especially in the mountain areas and canyons. And a lot of the canyons, of course, we've got, if you're familiar with Southern California, you can look all this up. Got Pacific Palisades is the big one, probably coming in somewhere around 20,000 acres right now, coming over the mountain up north into the San Fernando Valley, which is where I am. Got the one in Silmar, got a big one. Yeah, I know. I think we're just going to get off the freeway here. Oh, little damage, sorry. Yeah, so Silmar was another big one. That one is one that if the wind kept blowing to the south, southwest, that one could eventually hit. Right now that one's positioned, and we've got warning areas directly north of me about 3-4 miles. And then I've got one that's different. How the heck did you get your truck doing that? Oh, he's doing push-ups. Doing push-ups. Gotta love it. We're just gonna go this way. The other one, the other big one is Eaton Canyon, which is over by Pasadena and Altadena. And the amount of devastation, evacuation, homes lost is off the charts. It is not good, guys. If you know someone in Southern California, give them a call, send them a text, see if they're okay, because thousands of homes, thousands are gone. And it's concentrating in some of these small areas because of the high wind. The firefighters just can't get ahead of it, and it's even causing it to change directions. So you can't even anticipate and lay down a break. These guys have been working their tails off, so thank you to all the firefighters out there, police, first responders in Southern California. I hope you guys are all safe. And again, if you know someone, give them a call, send them a text, see what's going on, because tons and tons of people are being displaced, and we're not even out of the woods by far. So this is probably going to go on for a couple days, at least until they can get a good grasp on it. And hope we just need people to stop dying, stop losing their homes. It's really bad. I have a couple close friends that have lost their homes, and it's just the saddest thing. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know what to say. What they're going to do, their families and their kids and everything. So anyway, I'll keep you guys posted on that, my progress and stuff. A lot of my communication, I communicate with people on Goggles 56's Discord is where I do a lot of my chatting. I can't justify doing my own Discord at this time. Nor do I want to run it. I'll be honest with you. But that's what's going on. I'll keep you guys updated. Anyone from Southern California, you know what's going on. And yeah. Well, it looks like we're about to pull into the ADM here. Just around the corner from it now. Here in Camp Verde. Oh, we'll slow it down. Get those windows down, get our four-ways on, let them know we are coming in for landing. Looks like we're going to be somewhere back there. See where they want us. Some variations of this, they have a little road going out right in front of us. That is not the case today, but we do have a cab over, so I think we'll be able to position ourselves just fine. Just give us another little bit so we don't take out this staircase with the trailer. Looks like we're doing just fine. I got tons of room. Love having a cab over. We'll be able to pull in pretty close too. I'm gonna go right in next to these boxes. so we can get it nice and set up. Yeah, got to turn that alarm off. I think I had that set the last time I was driving a Mack Pinnacle in this profile. Wanted to try to keep it authentic. Do I have any beacons on this thing? No, no beacons. Alright, we're just going to hit the horn. And we're coming back. Oh, reverse is in the upper range. And I have 5 of them. I'm going to go ahead and start it off with 2. And remember, this is, so initial gear in the low gear and the first reverse gear is, I think it's like 18 to 1. So I think they say with this type of transmission, start in a low 3 if you want a nice slow comeback. R1 and R2 are for if you're going up a hill with doubles backwards, or you're in the muck, getting in the sand. Straighten her out, and that looks pretty good. Okay, to get the track IR off, get the windows up, parking brake set, parking lights only. Don't need the 4-ways anymore. Get the engine out of here, and welcome to Camp Verde. Thanks for coming along on the drive. Let me know if you have any questions. I didn't really talk a lot about the truck or trailer, though I have gone into detail in previous videos. Again, the Mack 700 from KI Shadow Walker and the SmithCo side dump from ATS Trucks and Trailers Reviews. I'll have links down below as usual. Guys, do not forget to get into the giveaway. Look in the description towards the top. Pick one of the 3 trailers that you would like to win. Enter. Take that trailer. Put it into the comments, and you will be entered for the giveaway that we are going to be doing on Sunday. And again, I apologize again for that last video, and I really botched that first variation of the SlavJerry C15 6NZ. It really is a good engine, and I already contacted SlavJerry and let him know, hey, I'm sorry, I really botched that. And he's a nice guy. He understood what was going on. And we got it all sorted out, so if you have any other questions, go ahead, drop those down in the comments as well. If you like what you see, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Hit that notification bell so you can see all my videos. And I will see you guys on Sunday for the next one. Take care.